Hey everybody, and welcome back to another pregnancy video. Today I'm going to do a recap video of the first half of my pregnancy, which sounds absolutely freaking crazy right now because the thought that I'm halfway through it is like, what happened? Where'd time go? Like, honestly, I don't know what's going on. Most people's halfway point would be about 20 weeks pregnant, right? I mean, you are pregnant for around 40 weeks and 20 weeks would be the halfway point. But for somebody like me, 20 weeks is not the halfway point. 19 weeks is the halfway point because I am induced. In fact, 19 weeks and 3.5 days is the exact halfway point. I'm 19 weeks and 4 days today, so I'm going to talk about what happened in the first half of my pregnancy. At the beginning of the pregnancy and still throughout the pregnancy, I am so exhausted. Like right now, my kids are taking a nap and I am here making this video, but honestly, I should probably be sleeping. I am always tired. It doesn't matter if I'm pregnant or not. I have sleeping disorders. I've got a lot of issues with all of those. I also work at 4 in the morning. I work from home. So I get my kids to bed and I don't go to bed until 10 or 11 o'clock. And then like 3:30 in the morning, I'm getting up and I'm going to my office and I am working. And then my husband goes to work when I'm done and I am home with the kids all day by myself. And I also take them to music class, gymnastics, all kinds of other things, story time. So I am a mom on the go while I am working full time and being a full-time stay-at-home mom, getting no sleep. So regardless of whether or not I'm pregnant, I'm always tired, and pregnancy just kind of is a slap in the face, like, just be even more tired. You're not tired enough yet, so let's try this. At the very, very start of the pregnancy, I had issues with varicose veins in my feet, and I'm looking at them now, which they actually have gone away. Would you like to see my feet? I was just standing or sitting on them, so they're kind of red. But right here in my foot, it went like right here and up here and then up my ankle on my foot, like this disgusting green-blue vein that stuck out. Like you could see the whole thing sticking out of my foot and going up my ankle. And then one day it just kind of poof, disappeared. And I won't complain about that because I was really worried it was going to get so bad. And thankfully it went away. One of the worst things, I hate it, is migraines. Oh, guys, I suffer from chronic migraines pre-pregnancy all the time. And I am on preventatives for it, and I am on medication. Like once it starts, I'm on pain meds to reduce the pain and everything like that. And while I'm pregnant, I can't take any of it. None. There's one medication that I was approved to take while I'm pregnant when I get a migraine, and I'll tell you it does nothing. It doesn't. For other people, it works fine. For somebody who legitimately experiences chronic migraines, it doesn't work. It really doesn't. And if you are somebody that suffers from chronic migraines and they give you a medication that's like half as effective as your actual migraine medication, you know what I'm talking about. Like you need this specific medication to help or nothing works. And they're like, I'll try this instead. We'll see if it works. Like, doesn't work. So I went through the first quarter of my pregnancy essentially with a migraine that started one day and did not stop. I hate migraines. I hate headaches. And when you are pregnant with a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old and you're on your third pregnancy with all the other stuff that I was telling you about, it's not a good mix. But thankfully, they have gone away and I haven't had one in a very long time. Another thing that happens to me every single pregnancy is I basically have a cold, like cold-like symptoms from the start of the pregnancy until the baby's out. And basically the second the baby's out, it's like, I'm a new person. My sinuses are constantly stuffy, like, can you hear that? Like, I can get some air through this nostril and like, not a whole lot through the other one. This one makes funny sounds. They like squeak. Yeah, it sucks. So I basically have like a cold for the entire duration of the pregnancy. And since I can't really breathe through my nose very well, I end up breathing through my mouth at night, which makes my tonsils really swollen. I have really bad tonsils that I should have had removed, and they're still in there. So they get really swollen, and then I've got a sore throat for most of the day, and then I have 2 toddlers who I constantly need to like scream at from the other side of the house, so then my throat's just hurting even more. But that's a symptom that is not going to go away in the first half or the second half of the pregnancy. Let me tell you guys, I had the worst, like crippling anxiety, panic attacks, self-worth, depression issues. So bad, so bad at the beginning of this pregnancy. Like, I can't even tell you, I don't think there's words to describe how bad my anxiety and depression was at the beginning of this pregnancy. I couldn't sleep. I was panicking all day long. Like, my heart was going. If I fell asleep for even a second, I had some bizarre nightmare or something that woke me up, and I would wake up hyperventilating and like hot, and I couldn't breathe, and my head was hurting, and the room was spinning, and I just would panic for the rest of the day. It literally lasted for months, and it was every single day. And like I said, it's like this crippling anxiety. I just, oh my gosh, the way that I felt was horrible. It was horrific. Luckily, that kind of tapered off over the course of a week, and then like stopped. So thank goodness, because I do not know what I would be doing right now if I was still feeling that way. I suffer from blood pressure issues, which is not a secret. If you've followed me since my other pregnancies, you know I was induced with both of them due to high blood pressure and the risk of preeclampsia. I am still riding that same boat down the river to preeclampsia. However, my blood pressure has been fine, and with that being said, it was fine at the beginning of my other 2 pregnancies. It was 125/73, I think is what it was, the last time I had it taken, which was on January 28th. I do monitor it at home, but that was what it was the last time I went to the doctor's office. With my first pregnancy, whenever I was induced, it was 215/100 and something. Can't remember what the other number was. I should probably look it up. I'm actually quite curious now. Maybe I'll see if I can like pull up my records. But it gets really bad. I am in the process of doing a 24-hour urine protein test, and I will be doing that on Sunday into Monday because I have to go to the hospital for an ultrasound on Monday. So I'll just bring my little jug of pee with me and I will do it then. So far with all of my ultrasounds, everything has come back normal and looking good. The baby is right on target, pretty much measuring exactly to the day so far. I don't know what it'll be like in my next ultrasound, but we'll find out. All of my tests for genetic abnormalities came back negative. So it came back negative for cystic fibrosis. It came back negative for Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, anything like that. There were no heart or brain defects that they could see as of now. And like I said, the baby was measuring perfectly on time. One thing that I think I'll start getting yelled at here in a little bit is so far in this pregnancy, I have actually lost 2 pounds. So what does that mean? If you can't put 2 and 2 together, from the first time I went into the doctor's office and they took my weight until the last week that I was there and they took my weight, I've gone down a total of 2 pounds. Now I've gained weight at some point. I gained 2 pounds at some point, and then I ended up losing weight at some point. So the grand total of everything is that I am actually down 2 pounds from my starting weight. And I know that I am going to be in some deep trouble soon if I don't fix that. And I don't know how to fix it because I eat. It's not like I'm not eating, but I am losing weight. Losing weight is not something that happened with my 2 previous pregnancies, so that is something that's a little bit different this time. My other 2 are girls, so say what you want. If it's a little bit different, maybe it's a boy, could still be a girl, I don't know. We did officially decide that we are not finding out the gender. We did not find out the gender with our other 2, and we thought maybe we'd be different this time around. And we're like, oh, we'll just do the whole gender reveal party and yada, yada, yada. And for some reason, the thought of finding out the gender was stressing me out. Like, it was so bad, and it still does. Like, I have that ultrasound coming up here in like 5 days, and the fact or the thought of them accidentally telling me the gender freaks me out. Like, I do not want to know the gender. I don't. I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to be like, girl, you are crazy, because who doesn't want to know the gender of their baby? But honestly, like, it stresses me out. Like, I don't want to know. Just the thought of knowing just for some reason freaks me out or something. I don't know. One of the reasons that I really like to not know the gender is because I have scoliosis, and I'll make a separate video on this because there's always somebody who thinks they're smart out there that's like, I have scoliosis too and I don't have those problems. All types of scoliosis are different. I have scoliosis. Due to my scoliosis, it's mild, but it's severe enough that I cannot have an epidural. So I have to go through my 3rd labor without an epidural, and it really helps me mentally to know that through all of this pain, I get to see my baby at the end, but I also get to find out the gender, if that makes sense. So it gives me like a little bit of an extra surprise, and it helps take my mind off of like the pain and stuff that I'm going through, because the nurses at this hospital and my family and everybody, they're so much fun to be around that when I'm in the delivery room, everybody's like taking bets. Like, I think it's a boy. I think it's going to be born at this time. It's going to weigh this much. And so everybody starts, like, we take like a notebook and people write down their guesses in this notebook, and I get to read through them and everything like that. And I just think it's really cool, and it helps me out mentally versus just being like, oh yeah, it's a girl, and then just kind of waiting it out. Like, it gives me something to do and something to accomplish and look forward to, other than just pushing a giant watermelon out of my area with no pain medication. Just recently, in the past couple of weeks, I've started to have a lot of hair loss. Now, what's really weird is that I've never had hair loss in any of my pregnancies, and most people say that their hair like starts to grow really well and everything in their pregnancy, which I have experienced with my other pregnancies. And then just the other day, I started washing my hair, and it's just like falling out, like clumps of hair falling out. And that is what happened to me after I had my other 2 pregnancies. So when I delivered the babies, after I delivered the babies for like 3 or 4 months after that, my hair was falling out in clumps. And I don't know if you can see, like, I have such a hard time controlling the frizz, but let's see. I don't know if you can see like any of the little, yeah, like up here, all like these like little fluffs and everything that you can see. Like, if I were to try to put my hair half up, half down, you would just see like all these little fluffy things going all over the place. And that's because all of that hair is regrowth from my past pregnancy that I just had with Kaylee. She's 14 months old, and I lost all of my hair, and then that isn't growing back. And now I'm going through another wave. So I've got like some hair that's like this long, or like somewhere in this area from my first. I've got those little ones that I was just showing you from my second pregnancy. And now I'm losing a bunch more. So now I'm going to have like another layer. By the time that this baby comes, I'm going to have like this other like little, I don't even know how big they're going to be, like these little things just shooting out of my head. And then if I lose my hair again after this baby, I am legitimately going to be bald. I'm going to be bald. Like, what hair am I going to have left? It's all going to go away. So hair is a big issue for pregnancy, and my hair is a big issue in the first place. If I let it go naturally, I look like a lion. Like, it's bad. This took hours of straightening and oils and products just to even make it get this far. So yeah, I can't wait to see what my hair looks like after this baby. One of the newer symptoms, and the last one that I'm going to talk about in this video, is I've been starting to get really bad eczema on my hands. I don't know if you can see here or not. I feel like you can see a little bit, like my knuckles are really red. I'm not sure if you can a whole lot or like in here. I'll leave a little video, like a close-up video. I've been working on getting rid of this eczema. It started out as what I thought was just like winter dry skin. But then as the weeks went on, I started getting all these bumps and these rashes, and it hurts and it burns. And I used to suffer from eczema as a kid, so it's not like it's something new to me, but it wasn't something that I've ever suffered from in my pregnancies. And so it is really kind of bothering me. I know it just sounds stupid to be like, oh yeah, it's just a little bit of eczema, but for some reason it is like really bothering me. And it just started in this week, so like week 19 to 20. It just kind of started then. So I don't know if it's going to go away. I feel like it's a pregnancy symptom, not necessarily just a dry skin winter thing, because I do get dry skin every winter, but it's not like this. I also cannot wear my ring. Obviously, you see I cannot wear my ring. We've also ordered a couple of those like rubber and plastic rings and everything that you can get that are meant for people who do like extreme sports, or if you're pregnant and you react to your rings. I can't even wear those. Like, I react to those as well. And I'm not allergic to any like rubber or latex, anything like that. I just, anything that's on my skin that's like covering it and preventing it from getting like air underneath of it and stuff like that, like my fingers just immediately freak out. I think that's probably about it for the first half of my pregnancy. I am super excited that we're halfway done, but I'm also super terrified that we're halfway done. It's some kind of weird battle going on inside of my brain right now. I absolutely hate being pregnant. I hate it. But thankfully, the second trimester so far has been pretty easy. Actually, to the point where I was like, I could probably do this again, but good Lord. Do it for a fourth time back to back. No, I think I'm done. But I'm kind of to the point where it's just like I'm living just like I would any other normal day. If I were not pregnant, I feel normal. And so I really like that. But the second half of this pregnancy is going to definitely be really super crazy. If you're looking for a fun channel to watch with a lot of weird drama, you'll definitely want to tune into my channel, because starting here in a couple weeks, I'm going to start having hip problems, pelvic bone problems, blood pressure problems, blood work problems. I'm going to be in the hospital all the time getting non-stress tests and all different kinds of things done. Basically, the second half of my pregnancy explodes with issues. And so if you are somebody who is worried about having issues, or you think you can relate to any of that, definitely subscribe to my channel. My pregnancies are high risk, and so that, like I said, the second half just starts to be like just crazy stuff. It's like a drama TV show. So it'll get intense up in here in a little while, but hopefully things stay calm for a little bit longer, because I am just enjoying the calm right now. Anyway, guys, give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and click the little bell so you get all of our notifications. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.